our first night and we are exhausted from the long flight, so we decided to go to E-Mart and get some goodies. Harrison picked out bongbong, which was a favorite of mine when I was a child. It has chunks of grapes in it and it's absolutely delicious. Henry picked out this Korean fried chicken and shrimp. It was pretty good for a packaged meal at a grocery store. We enjoyed it. And we also got this grapefruit soda. It's grapefruit soda. It was good. And Harrison picked out this stir-fried beef with gochujang. It was pretty spicy, but he loved it. Harrison lived off of onigiri and kimbap while he was in Korea. We got this sparkling Korean pear drink. Delicious. And Lincoln got this chunju bibimbap, and he absolutely loved it. It was pretty spicy, so I was surprised that he ate pretty much the whole thing. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. One thing I love about Seoul is all the cafes they have, and they have a cafe for everyone. They have traditional cafes and trendy cafes. If you are a book lover, a board game lover, an animal lover, or a Harry Potter lover, you will find your cafe. This was a traditional cozy cafe, and they had so many amazing pastries. And a lot of the pastries said they were made from soy milk, like these danishes. I'm not sure if that means they were vegan, but they were made out of soy milk rather than cow's milk. And they had so many options here for pastries, donuts, sandwiches, coffees, and they also had some other foods. And this croissant was so fresh and delicious for only 7,000 won. We thought it was a great deal. This big giant Danish cube looked like a lot of fun, so we had to get it. They did cut it for us once we ordered it, and it was filled with whipped cream in the middle. It was absolutely delicious. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Isaac Toast, or as they call it in Korea, Isak Toast, is a very popular toast sandwich restaurant. They also have locations in Singapore, Malaysia, and Taiwan. I used to get this every single morning for breakfast when I was a young college student in Seoul, and I would get the egg toast, which was only 1,000 won, and it was just toast, egg, and their special sauce. Their special sauce is what makes these sandwiches. It's super sweet, and it goes really well with the salty egg and toast. These sandwiches are affordable and delicious, and a must-try if you're ever in Korea. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Today we visited the Shinsegae department store, and at the bottom level they had the Shinsegae food market. Most department stores in Korea will have a food market like this at the bottom level. And these places are food heaven. They have so many desserts to choose from cakes to donuts to pastries to ice cream, and they have a large variety of savory foods as well, ranging from Japanese food, Western food, Korean food. As we walked through this, we saw these donuts and we could not pass it up. We got the fresh milk one, and the bread was so soft and buttery, and the cream was just so perfect. This is possibly one of the best donuts I've ever had. We also saw these mocha buns that looked really interesting, so we decided to get one with strawberry cream in the center, and these were massive. They were bigger than Maverick's head. I wish they were much bigger because they were delicious. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Banana milk is very popular in South Korea. My kids absolutely love it. Here is a magnet set to prove how popular it is in Korea. We decided to try a couple more flavors. Here is the melon milk. It tastes like a Malona bar, very, very sweet. We also tried the strawberry milk. It tastes like a standard strawberry milk, nothing special. If you are in Korea, you must try the banana milk. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. If you're ever in Daegu, South Korea, you must visit Sparkland. It's in the heart of the city, so it's very easy to get to, and they have something for everyone. My kids absolutely love this place, and it's easy to spend a full day here. They had areas for toddlers, for younger kids, and then more extreme obstacle courses for older kids, like this drop slide. It doesn't look that scary in the video, but it was pretty extreme. They also have things for adults only, like the zombie VR was for ages 20 and up. I really wish I would have tried this because that seems like a really high age requirement. I wonder if it was that scary. They also have rides. A lot of the rides were closed due to weather. We were able to ride the Ferris wheel, but I really wanted to try the Sky Swing, which was a giant swing on top of the roof that swung over the city. It looked like a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Today we visited McDonald's in Seoul, South Korea, and the workers there were so sweet. They gave each boy a Happy Meal toy, even though we didn't order any Happy Meals. We did try to order menu items that were not on the US menu, so we started with the egg bulgogi burger, which was a meat patty, bulgogi sauce, fried egg, lettuce, and mayo. This was delicious, and the older boys absolutely loved it. Then, of course, we had to get some McShaker fries. This was in honey butter injera flavor, so it did make our fries pretty sweet, but it was fun and really good to try. I really wish we would get some McShaker fries in the US, and I'm looking forward to trying more flavors in the future. Then we got the Supreme Shrimp Burger, which is a patty of ground up shrimp. We didn't love this. The patty was kind of gelatinous, and we would probably skip it in the future. And of course, we had to try some McWings, which are just deep fried chicken wings. Delicious. Thanks for joining us, and see you. Exploring Myeongdong in Korea was so much fun. Henry has been dying to try Tonghulu, so the excitement was real when we spotted it. It looks amazing, but the taste was just okay. The candy coating on the outside is very hard, making it hard to eat and extremely messy. But the fruit was juicy and fresh. Of course, we couldn't miss out on a Korean cheese dog. It was hot and crispy, but definitely not the best we've ever had. Myeongdong may not have the best quality food or the most delicious, but the lively atmosphere makes it a must-try. We wrapped up this very rainy night with the hotteok, which is a Korean pancake usually filled with brown sugar and nuts, sometimes just brown sugar. It was hot, comforting, and oh so good. We love it when you like and subscribe. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. We came back to Myeongdong a second night to try more street food. We got this skewer of rice cake and sausage. It was covered in a tteokbokki sauce, and the lady actually just grabbed it and stuck it in a microwave she had at her stand, so it wasn't very fresh. The boys also wanted to try the torpedo potato on a stick. They had several powders to choose from for flavoring. We got cheddar cheese, and it was basically like a never-ending potato chip. We ended the night with an egg bread, and it was way tastier than I expected. It was like a sweet pancake topped with an egg and a little salty. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Onion Cafe was popping up all over social media, so I wanted to try it, and when I arrived, I instantly regretted it. It was 2 p.m. on a weekday, and it was so busy. I had to wait 45 minutes in line for some pastries, and also the main item they're known for, which is the onion pandoro, was sold out. So if you want this item, go early. However, once I bought my pastries and I got back to the hotel and tried them, my regrets instantly dissolved. These pastries were amazing. They are so delicious and worth the wait. This fig croissant was our favorite. The figs were so fresh, and the croissant was so flaky. And I've never had a pan au pistachio to compare this to, but this thing was perfect. It was amazing. Next time I'm in Seoul, I will definitely be going back to try more of their amazing pastries. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Rest areas in South Korea are next level. Here is a robot arm making coffee. The kids thought this was so cool, so we had to buy an overpriced iced coffee so they could watch this robot arm in action. Rest stops in Korea offer walnut cakes, and this is famous for rest areas. Even 20 years ago, they were selling walnut cakes. It is a pancake type bread with a walnut in it, and then the center has red bean paste. They are so delicious, and if you go to a rest area, please get some. You can also go to a food court area like this and get a nice hot meal, or they offer street food choices like these corn dogs. And they have convenience stores that you can get your standard convenience store food, drinks, snacks, etc. Most importantly, they have clean bathrooms. It's a fun stop, and you can actually get pretty good food here. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Today we are trying these famous drink pouches that I'm sure you've seen all over YouTube. They are sold in Korean convenience stores. They come in coffee, teas, juices, lemonades, and in a variety of flavors. You buy the ice cup separately, and you pour your drink pouch over the ice to have a nice refreshing beverage. Henry here got the red grapefruit aid. It was nice, tart, sweet, refreshing. Harrison got the watermelon aid. Not as tart or sweet, kind of watery, but it was thirst quenching, so if you don't like a strong drink, this might be a good option for you. And finally, Maverick chose the screw bar, which is a famous popsicle in Korea. This one was extremely sweet. It was basically a melted down popsicle in a cup. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. Today we decided to try these fun summer donuts at Krispy Kreme. I know it seems like we eat a lot of donuts in Korea because one, we do, but also when we're eating our standard meals at our family's home, we don't really record it. Anyway, Krispy Kreme had these fun summer donuts and we let the kids each choose a donut that they wanted to try. Harrison got the Shining Shark, which was a fun blueberry icing with lots of sprinkles and a chocolate shark. Lincoln chose this milk cream filled donut, which was delicious and he thoroughly enjoyed it. Maverick got the floating turtle, which was a surprising melon flavor, but also not surprising because they love melon flavor in Korea. I got this caramel macchiato and they told me if I got it in a paper cup, I was not allowed to drink it inside the store. Anyway, Henry got the pineapple donut that was full of pineapple jelly, absolutely delicious. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. Today we visited the most beautiful Starbucks located in Daegu, South Korea. It's a traditional Korean building called a hanok that was converted into a Starbucks. There were two separate buildings separated by this beautiful courtyard. The building in the back had seating on the floor and you had to take off your shoes before entering, and the kids thought this was super fun. They loved running around without their shoes inside of a Starbucks. We did get some drinks. It was your standard Starbucks drinks. We got a Frappuccino, iced Americano, and a pink dragon fruit drink. We sat here for quite a while, just enjoying visiting with our Korean family and enjoying the beautiful ambiance of this Starbucks. I highly recommend visiting the city of Daegu, and of course, if you're in Daegu, I highly recommend visiting this Starbucks. Look at this view outside of our window, looking over the courtyard over to the other building. Breathtaking. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. If you're ever in Seoul, South Korea, I'm sure you'll visit Starfield COEX Mall just to visit this massive bookstore. While we were there, we were hungry and we decided to try this Super Duper Burgers. It is a diner style burger joint that is set in San Francisco, I think. And they have burgers, chicken sandwiches, chili fries, but it's not really chili fries. It tasted like a meaty marinara sauce on top of fries. Definitely not chili, but it was still good. And their burgers were juicy and their chicken sandwiches were also crispy and juicy. Overall, we really enjoyed our experience here. So if you're ever at Starfield COEX Mall and you're craving a burger, this place is a fun place to try. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. While in South Korea, we had to try the famous BHC chicken. We tried several different fried chicken places, and this one I would have to say was our least favorite, but I think it had to do with the location. It was in Myeongdong, and that one I think was geared more towards tourists who they don't really expect to see again. And a more local BHC chicken would have been way better. So if you go to a BHC chicken, try to avoid the one in Myeongdong. It was okay, it wasn't bad, but it was definitely not as great as everybody hyped it up to be. Our next video, we will reveal our favorite fried chicken though. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. We ate a lot of fried chicken while we were in South Korea, and this place was by far our favorite. It's at a place called Mom's Touch, and it is a chain, so they have locations all throughout South Korea. We ordered the original fried chicken as well as the yangnyeom chicken. Now, wherever I go to get Korean fried chicken, I order yangnyeom chicken, which is a sweet and spicy gochujang sauce, and it's the sauce Korea is known for. This place also had other menu items like fries, chicken sandwiches, and this one here is a chicken sandwich with macaroni and cheese. It was pretty good. Actually, my Korean family all got sandwiches over the fried chicken, but I highly recommend the fried chicken. Here is a soy sauce glazed chicken, also delicious. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. Today we visit the very popular self-service ice cream store in South Korea. These are all over South Korea. The one we visited was in Daegu, and it had a large variety of ice creams. They did have some snacks and drinks as well, but mostly ice cream. And you pick out what you want, you scan it, and you pay for it. They do have some security cameras around to discourage shoplifting, but it's not likely to happen in South Korea. Henry found some Dippin' Dots, which he was super excited about. Harrison picked a chocolate popsicle, and Maverick picked a drink. These chocolate popsicles were one of my favorites as a child, so I thought it was funny that Harrison picked it out of all the ice creams they had. And Lincoln got this ice cream cone, which is also a classic in Korea. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Today we decided to visit a popular pizza chain in South Korea called Go Pizza. They also just opened a couple locations in Singapore. So it's a growing chain and very popular. Here are a couple pizzas that we did not get, and I highly regret not getting the Spam Kimchi Fried Rice Pizza because that sounds amazing. But here we got the bulgogi pizza, which was our favorite of the 4 that we ordered. Here's the American cheese pizza. It's just a cheese pizza, but that's what the little kids like. And we also got the sweet potato pizza, and that is a very sweet honey mustard on top, a little too sweet. And finally, we got the spicy chicken and corn pizza. This was pretty good, a little weird. The chicken was actually pretty spicy and peppery. The kids enjoyed it. They also have options like French fries, cheese sticks, and a few other sides. It's a fun place to try. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Join us as we get some lunch at Lotteria. This is a fast food chain in South Korea. I've heard that it's not very good, but we decided to try it anyway, and we were really surprised at how not good it was. The food was just kind of overcooked and flavorless. The fries and nuggets were fine. This is a burger with a mozzarella patty and a chicken sandwich. Now maybe we were just unlucky because Lotteria has been around for a long time, and I do remember eating it as a small child and I had no complaints. We did have the ice cream and we did enjoy that. That was our favorite part of the meal. Maybe give it a try, maybe you'll have better food. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Department store food in Korea is next level. This is at Lotte Department Store. We stopped here after a long day at Lotte World. The food is convenient, cheap, and delicious. Look at the variety they had. So many choices, so hard to choose, but ultimately I got the bibimbap. And I liked how the rice was separate, so you can just heat up your rice and then add your fresh veggies and meat and sauce. I had it with a bowl of miso soup. Delicious. They also had this kimbap set with spicy fish cakes and kimchi. It was delicious as well. And Harrison got the yubu kimbap, also known as inari sushi. And Harrison could eat this every day. He absolutely loves it. And look how much you get for the price. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Harrison's favorite food is kimbap. He could eat it every meal, every single day, and in Korea you could pretty much do this with how many flavors they have. This time we chose the yangnyeom chicken kimbap, so it's Korean fried chicken in kimbap, and it was delicious. I've never had this flavor, but we thoroughly enjoyed it. And we also got the tuna kimbap, which is a pretty common flavor. You can get it at any restaurant that offers kimbap. And at any convenience store, they will always have tuna kimbap, which is what we got here. Tuna kimbap from a convenience store is my all-time favorite. We got it while we were riding our train to Daegu from Seoul. And kimbap is so convenient. It's cheap, it's easy to eat on the go, and you can buy it pretty much anywhere. And again, it comes in so many fun flavors. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Join us as we enjoy some dessert and coffee at A Twosome Place. A Twosome Place is a large cafe chain in South Korea. This one was located right outside of Daegu, and it was huge. It was 2 floors, and it was beautiful inside. They had a lot of options for desserts and coffee drinks. We each got a dessert and a drink and enjoyed the beautiful atmosphere. This is the mango-shaped ice. It had a cheesecake on top that Lincoln there is enjoying. Harrison got the red velvet cake. Maverick got the icebox Oreo cake. And Henry got a chocolate cake. Overall, the desserts were okay, not the best we've ever had, but it was a nice atmosphere and we enjoyed our time. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. Today we visit Lotte World Adventure. This is a large amusement park in South Korea. They have a large indoor section and outdoor section, which makes it a great place to visit if it's a rainy day, because the indoor section does offer a lot to do. It's a nice atmosphere and fun to walk around, but I will say their rides are mediocre. So if you're going for the rides, this isn't the place to go. But again, it was fun to walk around, people watch, eat some food. The food's not the greatest, but it was fine. This is a watermelon slushie with chocolate covered sunflower seeds. There are the boys in the hot air balloon. And this is probably one of their best rides. This is in the outdoor section. They also did offer a lot of kiddie rides, so if you have a little one, it's a great place to go. Sinbad, this is their version of Pirates of the Caribbean. I remember this from when I was little. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. Join us as we try Food Avenue at Lotte Department Store. In Korea, most department stores will have a large food court area that offer Chinese, Japanese, and of course Korean food. Sometimes they'll have some Western options. This is a great option if everyone in your party is craving something different. Now, I will say this is not the best value or the tastiest food you will have. However, sometimes convenience wins over taste and budget. I ordered the Jeonju style bibimbap, which was fine. Bibimbap's really hard to mess up, and I really enjoyed it. Again, not the best I've ever had. 1,500 won is a little pricey for a standard bowl of bibimbap. So sometimes, again, convenience wins. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. Today we spent the day visiting family on the east coast of South Korea. My aunt whipped us up this delicious meal. It's raw fish and a spicy fish stew. She used to own a pretty famous restaurant, however she is retired now. That is raw fish dipped in a spicy vinegar sauce, so delicious. This is the town that I grew up spending my summers in and where my mom grew up as a child. Here is my uncle in his mill. Here he's making gochugaru. He also makes rice flour, rice cakes, many other things. It was so awesome bringing my kids here because I have so many fond memories watching my uncle work in this mill. After this, we went back to Daegu and stayed at my cousin's house where they prepared us some gimbap, and we just had a nice evening. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. Today we decided to visit Dunkin' Donuts in Seoul, South Korea. This particular location didn't have a large variety, but we were able to find a few that looked interesting to us. We started with the oat granola donut. It was a yeast donut with vanilla frosting and frosted oats and granola. This one was awesome. The oats and granola gave it a nice texture. We really enjoyed it. Then we tried the Jeju matcha milk donut. It had a strong matcha flavor, so it wasn't the kids' favorite, but it was a mochi donut, so the texture was super chewy. And then we had the butter, hazelnut, and vanilla filled donut. You can't beat a donut with chocolate and hazelnuts on top. And we ended it with the strawberry filled donut. This was your standard strawberry filled donut with powdered sugar on the outside. I will say the donuts are a lot less sweet in Korea. It's a flavor preference, but we still enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us and see you next time.